What's up? Day 2 over here doing the demo. Today we're going to be taking apart the structural part. Going to go ahead and start by unscrewing all the bolts that are attached with metal plates. These are like 6-inch by 12-inch metal plates. 8 screws in each plate to hold beams together. Real nice and sturdy. Alright, well, we're currently about to go ahead and take this beam. We've loosened up all the bolts over here. About to sawzall the nails and screws that they have where they attach them together. Over here in the corner. And pretty much this beam right here is going to be bracing everything right now. So this one's about to be loose. That one's still attached to the house, that doesn't matter, but this one's coming off right now. And then apart from that, this whole section is going to be braced by this beam that's holding it near the house. Let's see how this goes, man. Like I said, we just went ahead and took off all the screws, cut off all the nails with the sawzall. Now it's time to get this bad boy down. Alright, well, the downside to doing this is that there's not much space for all of us to get our hands up on the beam, especially while we have to be on that ladder. So the good thing is that these cedar posts don't weigh too much. Getting them down isn't too much of a pain, but we want to be as safe as we can. And although it doesn't really seem like it because not all of us have our hands on the post at all times, we are working as a team and thinking it through, trying to be as safe as possible. We don't want to risk any chance of getting hurt or getting anybody injured here, so while we're lowering it, we're also applying pressure towards the wall. That way it doesn't slip towards us, run over our foot, or anything like that. Luckily, these posts are a little beefy, but they're only 8x8 and cedar, so not too heavy, although it is like a 16-foot post. Those metal plates aren't just at the top, they're at the bottom of the post as well, just to secure the post onto the concrete and make sure that the post wouldn't go anywhere. But now it's time to cut off those nails using our sawzall and get those big screws out of here. Here's a little POV. Cutting off the nails with the sawzall and removing those screws. 6-inch screws going into the plates to hold the beams together. Kind of long.
That blade, it like doesn't want to do.
Ya nomás falta este tornillo, ya se va a soltar, Ya está suelto. ¿Para dónde la quieres?
Por ahí te acomodas, nomás que
Oh.
para irlo bajando poquito ahí.
Once we remove all that junk, we'll be able to lower it from the other side and it won't really have too much pressure or anything really holding it. We'll be able to lower it just like we did the other ones.
¿No estorba la escalera?
No. Mira, la cosa es que esta no está...
Al suelo firme.
Mueve la escalera. La tengo.
There she is, baby. We got her down.
Ayúdenle a Meño allá para jalarlo un poquito para acá para que se resbale por el poste. Todo el mundo te ayudo.
Para el otro lado, mundo.
Como soy yo muy alto casi. No voy de ahí en medio acá.
You want to get further back?
Pues ayuda ahí
Look,
poquito.
yeah. Here, get further back. Look, right there. You feel less pressure?
Alright, as we're moving along, we still got more plates to remove that tie these beams together, but one other thing that we got to be careful with is the siding up against the house. The siding might not get replaced or removed later on, so we want to make sure we cut the caulking all around the column that's up against the siding. Make sure it's nice and a clean cut, that way whenever we pull our column off, it doesn't rip any of the paint or wood off the wall. Now that these posts aren't really structurally supporting anything, it's kind of easy to just cut the leg off, or the corner column that's supporting the top beam. We'll cut that leg off and then it just allows the top beam to drop straight down.
Quítale que me estorba. No, pues ya la voy a quitar. No, te arriesgas. Mucho ahí. ¿Y eso para qué? No,
Quickly after lowering the beam, we had a little bit of a scare right there. And, well, just a little bit of a reminder as to why we need to stay 10 toes all the time and be prepared for the worst, because anything can happen from one second to another. Luckily, we're all okay. And, yeah, we were just able to haul the beam on out of here. Alright, about to see if I carry this bad boy all by myself. I'm gonna take her down using this claw bar.
Más fuerte que el Enrique.
My dad kind of caught me in the act, so I decided I was gonna over-exaggerate my grunts just to make it look like it was super heavy. Shout out Chavo del Ocho. If you know, you know. Whoa. This thing is pretty much floating in the air. The third time seeing something like this. No legs, guys. Well, this beam definitely wasn't holding itself up for no reason. It had lots of nails, lots of screws, and it was a pain to remove. We definitely had to bring out all the tools for this one. And well, that'll bring the demo back here to an end for now. We'll have to wait on the concrete guys to pour new footers and do the addition later. Now, onto the front. Light work.